From Fox 14, the right news at the right time. This is Fox 14, your morning news.
Right now, one local town in debt could see a tax increase. The details coming up.
And Governor John Bel Edwards visited Ruston yesterday. What he says about ongoing recovery efforts coming up.
Plus, how soon before Louisiana passes its own heartbeat abortion bill? That story just minutes away.
Good morning. Thank you for waking up with us. It is now 7 o'clock. I am Randy Ayala.
I am Chris Immersion.
Morning. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, Reed.
How we doing?
So far, so good.
Great.
What's National Days? We do that at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, well, we can if you want to.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You
Let's
brought
do
it
it.
up. Let's do it.
Which one do you like?
When's National Pancake Day?
That was like, what, a couple months ago.
Well, today's like, what, strawberries and peaches and cream day? Or
Strawberries and cream.
Made that up.
Oh, so it was some fruit
You
and
added
cream.
the peaches in.
Yeah.
National Wait Staff Day.
National-
Wait staff, like your waiters?
Yes.
Your
Tip
servers?
them well.
Tip them. Give them
Chris is
extra.
not the best tipper we found out in the 6 o'clock show.
$1 isn't enough?
I guess it depends on what your bill was, but
No.
unless your bill's, what, 50 cents? I don't think a
Well,
dollar
I mean,
is
$30.
enough.
I mean,
All right, so $30 would be, $6 would be 20%. So how much do you tip? Be honest. Be honest with us.
it depends on the day and the mood I'm in.
If you see
No.
Chris coming to your restaurant, turn the other way.
In all seriousness, no,
Take
tip
your
your
lunch
waitstaff.
break.
In all seriousness, tip your waitstaff.
Take your own advice.
You see Chris walking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's self-serve right there. We got a warm, humid day in the forecast. Temperatures right now in the mid-70s. This is a warm start. As you head out, you do not need a jacket, coat. You probably won't need it for a few months. Looking outside, clouds moving quick. You got a mix of them. We'll be seeing some sunshine today. It's a busy day for some folks. For us, looking to quiet down over the next couple afternoons. Going to bring you all your forecast details here shortly. That's your forecast first.
Thanks, Reed. The mayor of Louisiana's fastest growing town says Sterlington may have to tax his way out of his debt, but one business owner says he won't survive.
One alderman tells Fox 14's Chelsea Jones he has some ideas that won't include raising taxes.
For 50 years, Napa Auto Parts has sat off of Highway 2 in Sterlington. Over the last few years, business has been less than booming, with sales dropping 14%.
We have competitors, you know, in the near area that is not affected by this.
So when the idea to implement a sales tax near 13%, Ray Lowry and his wife say they had to start thinking of alternatives.
We might just consider moving across the river or somewhere like that.
The town is in debt over $500,000. Lowry thinks the new sports complex is the town's biggest cash cow, but it hasn't been raking in the dollars the town so desperately needs.
Find a way to turn that around and make it profitable rather than be a financial burden.
And that's what Alderman Brian McCarthy, along with other members of the board, are hoping to do. The first being selling local advertisements for the sports complex.
He makes about $300,000 a year selling signs. Well, that's in the neighborhood of what this tax is projected to bring.
Other ideas include a mobile app to encourage people to shop local while using that complex. It starts with making a plan.
We've got a list of them. We've got what the revenue target is. We've got a probability. And we sit there and we work through the list in a very pragmatic way.
The tax is set to go to vote next Tuesday.
But it wasn't our creation, you know, it was theirs. And therefore, why should we be penalized?
If the tax does in fact pass, and we start to see some revenue coming in from these other ideas, there's nothing that stops us from lowering the tax to zero.
In Sterlington, Chelsea Jones, Fox 14 News.
The anxiety is the unknown. You know, what if I'm hit? What if I'm not? But what if someone that I love is also hit?
Rhonda Crosswhite was a teacher in Moore, Oklahoma, where 6 years ago yesterday, a massive tornado killed 24 people. Moore was in dangerous territory once again. One tornado reported in North Texas yesterday afternoon. Minutes later, 2 near central Oklahoma. And since Friday, 85 tornadoes reported from Texas. The storms moved through eastern Oklahoma last night. The state is set to expect 6 inches of rain over the next few days.
Nearly a month later, Ruston has made big strides in recovering from its deadly tornado, and more help is coming. Governor John Bel Edwards visited Ruston yesterday. He says damage assessments have determined that 89 homes were destroyed, and repairs and replacements to property total about $5.9 million. That estimate rises to more than $11 million spread over Lincoln, Morehouse, and Union parishes. The governor believes that should meet the threshold for federal grants or loans.
The facilities will be better, and we're going to make sure that we take significant efforts to mitigate against future risks of damage to the university and to the city of Ruston.
The governor says his most memorable impression is seeing the number of tech students volunteering to help clean up the campus and the entire Ruston community.
Monroe police are searching for a man wanted for rape. He is 24-year-old Christopher Towns. They've released no information about the allegations. Police say Towns may have short hair and may be in the Washington or Adams Street area. If you see him or know where he is, call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen.
The Louisiana House is expected to pass a so-called heartbeat abortion bill later this week. The Senate bill would ban abortion in Louisiana as early as a woman's 6th week of pregnancy. The only exceptions if the mother's life were endangered, she faced risk of serious bodily harm, or if the pregnancy were determined to be medically futile. A doctor found in violation could face up to 2 years in prison. The measure would only go into effect if the U.S. Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. A number of abortion rights groups are calling for a national day of action today across all 50 states. The ACLU and Planned Parenthood among the groups urging supporters to protest online with the hashtag #StopTheBans.
Mississippi's abortion ban will face a test in federal court today. Governor Phil Bryant signed the heartbeat bill in March, banning abortion as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy over in Mississippi. But the state's only abortion clinic is taking the bill to court and asking a judge to strike it down. Both the clinic and state's attorneys will make their arguments at a U.S. district court. Some experts say Judge Carlton Reeves is likely to issue a preliminary injunction.
Only a couple of days left to apply for Arkansas's 2 remaining casino licenses in Jefferson and Pope counties.
I believe that the elements that the casino that follow it can be very destructive to our small community.
Will be lots of work for lots of people for a while.
Dover has expressed interest in the Pope County license. It has about 1,400 people, and some members of City Council see opportunity after seeing pushback to a casino in Russellville, but some don't want to roll the dice.
We're a family community, and this is something I really felt like we should have had more say.
The tax revenue is the bottom line for me, and jobs.
Supporter Donnie Page believes Dover would need a larger police force to manage the crowds any casino would bring. 2 operators have expressed interest in a casino in Russellville, but its mayor and Pope County's judge say they won't support either unless voters approve it at the polls.
They sacrifice so much to keep our country free, and yet there are hundreds of homeless veterans living on the streets of the Arklamas. Our 2nd annual Homeless Veterans Food Drive is now underway.
Last year, we collected 10.5 tons of food. Fox 14 is partnering with the United Way, the Wellspring, and Max Fresh Markets. Once again this year, you can drop off any non-perishable food items at any Max Fresh Market, the Jackson Street Church of Christ, the First United Methodist Church in Monroe, and right here at the Fox 14 studios in West Monroe. Together, we can get our homeless veterans the support they need.
West Monroe's drive-through Chick-fil-A is set to reopen. Chick-fil-A's Facebook page says the restaurant's original location at 203 Thomas Road will reopen this fall. It closed, if you recall, after flooding in 2016. Well, in less than 15 minutes with vacation season around the corner, Randy, we got some travel tips with our friend Jane Gunn.
That's right, and the experience of a lifetime for a pair of Arkansas War veterans. That's next on Fox 14, your morning news. But first, here is Reed with a look at your Commutecast. Hey, Reed.
Hey, Randy, commute looking pretty good for today. No major concerns. We do have some storms moving through later, but shouldn't be widespread and mainly confined to southern Arkansas. You got a nice sunny forecast for the rest of the week after tomorrow. Really starting to warm up for the weekend. I got all your forecast details coming up here after the break on Fox 14, your morning news.
Honda was named the 2019